Hello, welcome and welcome back. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this lovely baby dress. It's very simple and beginners friendly. So right here I have my fabric, I have buttons, and I have belt head. To get started, it can be done directly on the fabric, but just for clarity I'm going to go ahead and draft it on the pattern paper. So firstly, I'm going to start by drawing a guideline which will also serve as the shoulder line right here. Because of the back of the dress has buttons, so I'm going to go ahead and mark my placket. I'm using 2 inches for the placket because of the size of my button. So with that, I'm going to fold that placket out of the way. Then up here I'm going to go ahead and have the shoulder width measurement. Then I'm marking the shoulder slope and then the desired neck width. Next is to mark the armhole depth. At that chest line, I'm going to mark 1/4 of the chest measurement plus ease allowance. You want to give some ease to your garment. So this ease depends on you if you want it very free. I wanted it a bit fitted on the child, not too fitted though. And then you can mark where the waistline would be, but that is totally optional. Next would be the hip line, or where you want the upper part of this dress to stop, or where you want the gathers to start from, and then the dress length. I'm going to connect that out. You can add a couple of inches, about 2 inches to the chest line, or a little bit more depending on how free you want it to be. But for me, I'm going to place 1/4 of the child's hip measurement plus ease allowance. Then I connect that out. So you can go in a bit to shape it if it's a teenager, but you don't really need to do that. So the waist measurement there is just a reference, so that if you're adding belts to it, it will be easier for you to know where to place your belt loop. That being said, so right here I'm going to mark the neck depth, so both for the back and for the front, and I'm going to connect those. For the down part of the dress is going to be pleated, so I'll just keep it straight. You can keep it a little bit slanted, it doesn't matter, but just make sure that when you're cutting it is 3 times that hip measurement. Whatever you have there, just multiply it by 3. That's how much fabric you will need for the down part. Next will be for me to connect the armhole. After covering this armhole, I am basically done. So it's time to cut out this pattern. So when I get to the neckline, I'm going to cut out the back neckline first. Please note that while drafting this pattern, I did not add any seaming allowance. So when cutting it on the fabric, I will do well to add seaming allowance. Please, if you are doing yours, make sure to add your seaming allowance. Please don't forget seaming allowance. Placing the pattern on the fabric, and I'm cutting the back first, and I have added seaming allowance while cutting. Please do well to add your seaming allowance. Please don't forget seaming allowance. So after cutting, I'm just going to notch where the bottom placket will be, and then I'm basically done with the back. I'm just going to adjust the neckline and cut the front part of the dress. Please note that the front will be cut on fold. When it comes to the front, the down part of the front, I made it a little bit slanted. I added extra 1/2 inch, so you can add 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch to the down part of the front. It's optional, but I just know that it fits a little bit better with this. For those that will be cutting directly on their fabric, you basically just place your fabric, fold about 2 inches away, and replicate what we did on the pattern. So this is just it. So this is the down part. You want to make sure that it's 3 times where the upper part of your dress stops. That's how much you will need for the pleating. So I'm going to put that away for now, and I'm going to start with the stitching of this garment. So I'm going to fold the bottom placket first. My button is 1/2 inch, so I'm going to just fold 1/2 inch, then I will have 3/4 inch and 3/4 inch left. So that is how my folding would be. That's why I have 2 inches here. So I'm going to press that so that I won't mistake that much later. I'm going to place my garments right side facing, and I'm going to go ahead and join the back and the front by the shoulder. After joining them by the shoulder, I'm going to go ahead and finish the armhole with a bias seam. So it's the same fabric that I cut for a bias. So I'm going to place it this way, and I'm going to stitch along. After stitching, you can go ahead and trim down that seam allowance, fold it and understitch, and fold it over to stitch so it can lie down flat. So I've finished for the armhole. I'm going to go ahead and repeat for the second armhole. Then I'm going to go ahead and do same for the neckline. So right here I've done that for the neckline, and I've also stitched my placket in place. So for the down part of this garment, I mentioned that is 3 times the measurement of the upper part of the garment. So here I have my fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and note the center. You want to note the center, especially if you're doing box pleats like I did. So you have to note the center so that you know where to pleat them. From the center to the left and also to the right, I'm just going to measure 2 inches. You can do 1.5, you can do 1 inch, depending on the kind of pleats you're going for. So for this, I'm using 2 inches. I'm going to mark that in the whole of the fabric. Then I'm going to go ahead and pleat it. While pleating, pins comes in handy, so use your pin and pin that in place, or you can stitch it as you go along. So right here I've pleated the first part. I'm going to replicate that on the second part, and I stitched that in place. So once again, my pleat is 2 inches in width, and I left space for my seaming allowance by the side. So I'll go ahead and replicate that on the second fabric. So here I've pleated for both the back and the front. I'm going to go ahead and stitch together this placket place so I can treat it as one piece. After doing that, I'm going to place the down part of my dress on the upper part of my dress, right side facing, and I'm going to join it using my seaming allowance. And I'm doing that for both the back and the front. After joining it, next will be to stitch the side of my dress. So place it right side facing, stitch the side using your located seaming allowance. So now it's time for the pocket. My pocket piece here is 5.5 by 5.5, and the strip right here is 2 inches wide, and you want the length to be at least a little bit more than 3 times the pocket length, because you are going to be stitching it this way to the pocket, and you're doing it for both pockets. So after stitching it, you can snip the corners. So turn the pocket right side out, so it's going to look something like this. Now, to make it a lot easier for you, you're going to fold this pocket and you're going to give it a press. Basically, you're doing a cargo pocket for the dress. So after pressing it with your iron, you're going to hem the upper part of the pocket. Hemming the upper part of the pocket is very important. For the pocket cover, the measurement is 5.5 by 4 inches. Remember that the pocket was 5.5. So on the 4-inch side, you're going to fold it over and you're going to stitch it by the side like so. So the pockets, don't forget I have hemmed the upper part of the pocket and I have pressed it for easy stitch on. So at this side of my dress, I'm going to come in by 2 inches. For a smaller size, you might need to come in about 1.5 inches. So at that point, I'm going to place my pocket so I can stitch it down. And I'm doing this for both sides. So to the other side, I'll just come in by 2 inches, place the pocket, pin that in place. Don't forget that I already pressed the corners of the pocket. The raw seam is inside, though I overlocked it so it won't fray. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch that pocket in place. If you notice that I had to lift the upper part of the pocket to get to that down part to stitch it in place. So now to my pocket covers, I've already stitched the sides, so it's just to turn them right side out. So here they are. So I'm going to go ahead and top stitch them, just making it look nice, then overlock the down part. So right here I've stitched my pocket. This is how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and place the pocket cover. So firstly, you want to place it this way and you stitch it using seaming allowance, then you flip it over and you stitch it down. So I use 1/4 of an inch first to stitch, then about 1/2 inch later when I flipped it over. So this is it. After stitching it, you want to place the button on top. You can go ahead and open the buttonhole, but I'm placing it on top so that the child can easily reach into the pocket. But for the back, I'm going to make buttonholes, then stitch those buttons on the back so the child will be able to get in and out of the dress. Then I'll hem the down part of this dress. I ended up overlocking the down part of the dress. I didn't have to hem much again. Then the buttons have been stitched on. Here I wanted to make a belt loop for this dress. That is where that waist measurement would have come in, but the child insists on she doesn't want to use the belt, that she just loves the dress without the belt. So these are the buttons stitched on, and at the back the buttonhole was made and the dress is ready. And that is it for this dress. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next tutorial. Let me know how yours turns out. Bye for now.